Now, Warren, you being the first African American quarterback to attain that status of being a Pro Football Hall of Famer, and the struggle that you had to go through, that maybe not the conventional route that quarterbacks normally go through in order to even get an opportunity to take a snap in the National Football League as a quarterback. But let's go back to that Canton, Ohio experience first, kind of work our way backwards. What was going through your mind, man, when you had the jacket, you actually were being officially inducted into the prestigious Pro Football Hall of Fame?
I sat there and thought about all of the different people that played a part in my life, played a role in my success, whether it was coaches, whether it was teachers, whether it was family members, whether it was friends, teammates. There's so many people that go into something like that. I couldn't do that all by myself, especially in a team sport. So I just wanted to be appreciative of all those people and remember them. And that was one of the things I wanted to try and do in my speech, was try and include as many people as I possibly could, even though there was no way in a 23-year career I could, mention everybody. But that was the main thing that went through my mind. And then as I actually, went up to say my speech and started talking, I started thinking about guys like Marlon Briscoe and James Harris and Doug Williams, all those guys who were in attendance, that some of the struggles that they went through to play quarterback as African Americans. And I felt like a small piece of my bust, a small piece of my jacket, a small piece of my Hall of Fame ring has to go to those guys, because they were inspirations to me. We all kind of came through this thing together, and I'm the one that got chosen, but they were all deserving guys as well, because they had a tough time trying to get that opportunity to play the position. So they know exactly what I went through, and I know exactly what they went through.
Now, Warren, I remember watching the 1978 Rose Bowl game, the University of Washington, which you were a star quarterback of, defeating Michigan. And it appeared that Warren Moon's stock, had gone, through the ozones on national television, one of the most prestigious bowl games during the bowl season. But yet, you did not get an opportunity to play your position in the National Football League. Take us through that period of time, and for some of those younger listeners, how did that unfold?
Well, just like you said, I had a really good senior year at the University of Washington. We were Pac-8 champions, which was the Pac-8 at that time. I was the Pac-8 Player of the Year. We went on to play Michigan in the Rose Bowl, a place where I had always dreamed of being able to play growing up in Los Angeles, California, and never had a chance to attend the game. But now all of a sudden I'm getting a chance to play in it. And we're playing against mighty Michigan, who was number 3 in the country. We're 17-point underdogs in the ball game. And we end up upsetting them, and I'm the MVP of the game. And like you said, I thought my stock was really high at that time just because of what I had accomplished that year. But when it was time to go through the draft process, the NFL just didn't think I could play quarterback. And they told me everything else but as far as changing positions and all the different things they wanted me to do. But basically it came down to just, my skin color. It was just, a stereotype that had been going on for a long period of time about African Americans playing that position. And they just didn't think I could do it, and they weren't going to give me the opportunity to do it. So that's why I chose to go to the Canadian Football League, so I could play the position that I wanted to play, the position I thought I would be best at, which was quarterback. And I went up to the Canadian Football League, had a great 6 years up there, and finally the NFL started coveting me to come back down and play down here. But if I didn't do that, who knows what would have happened in my career. I might have tried to play another position and never made it, or what. So I think I made the right decision in going to Canada to play. But I'd much rather would have gone straight to the National Football League out of college, like most college quarterbacks do, and go through the draft and get that experience and go to a team. But it didn't happen that way for me, so I took the route that was presented to me.